Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with the arduous moth. Today I thought I would talk about Armoured Warfare yet again, because it appears that one of my most disliked tanks is now one of my most liked tanks. And it's the fact that this thing has more DPM than most high tier MBTs. That's 7,000 DPM. This thing is insanely strong. You can out reload most tanks. Like, for example, this thing, it may have a slightly quicker interclip reload. Like, if I actually have a look, it should be here somewhere. Put the gun. Reload within magazine, so the reload time is 2.5 seconds. This thing has a reload of 4.8 and it's 120mm. If we compare it to, I don't know, say Object 430U or 430, sorry, yeah, that has a 100mm gun and it reloads in 5 seconds. Admittedly, it's a tier lower, but still. AMX 40 compared to T80, 8.7 seconds, like 3,900 DPM versus 7,000 DPM. You get into some wacky stuff. But also the armor has been extremely buffed. Like the turret versus heat, nearly 2,000mm. This is like tier 8 to 10 levels of armor. Like, it's ridiculous by how ridiculously troll the armor is on this thing now. Like, before this thing was made of paper, it was relatively maneuverable and whatnot. I mean, it's still relatively maneuverable, but the impact of the more armor and, you know, the more hit points and everything really does help this thing. Um, but this thing with the improved armor, the vastly improved DPM, the camouflage hasn't changed, the accuracy has gone down slightly. It has 1 degree less gun depression, if I'm correct. The turret turns significantly quicker to what it used to be. It used to be like 41 degrees a second, now it's 49. The aim time is 1.62, which is a little bit slower than what it used to be. It used to be like 1.49 or something like that. But this thing is insanely tanky. It is very, very, very strong. Um, but also the high explosive anti-tank round is a multi-purpose. Basically, if you do not pen, you're still doing like average of 200 damage. Like for example, Type 85 2M, or was it a Type 92? I think I was fighting. I'm not entirely sure. It was definitely a Chinese MBT, but he couldn't do anything. He couldn't even angle. Like, he was angling like this, and I was still punching like 300 damage up into his upper plate. Like, this thing is stupidly strong. I don't even know why it's still tier 5. Like, this thing is just outperforming everything. Like, the armor may not be the best in areas. Like, the hull is a little bit weak, but now it actually has a turret which actually works. This thing is pretty damn good. Um, and I'll show you how good this thing is. Also, the 20mm autocannon got buffed. It's got 230mm of pen now, which is insane. Like, you can pen a lot of things. Like, I think it's throughout the board, like, mostly, Oh, well, this one did get buff. But if we could, like, look at the... Mercifer... No. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I thought the Mercifers would, but obviously not. But this thing has been buffed beyond belief. It is one of the strongest, if not the strongest tier 5 MBT in the game. It is stupidly tanky. It is extremely good at brawling. The 20mm really hurts. Like if another, like say an American MBT tries to fight you, you track him, get behind him, and then just start using your 20mm on his weak rear armor, and you're gonna shred him. You're gonna shred him. Admittedly, the clip size is a little bit smaller for the 20mm. I think it's like 50 rounds or something like that. It's probably not even that. It's probably like 40 or something like that. But this tank is extremely good to what it can do. It's a very good tank. Like this thing used to have something like
the Alliance of Neckwheel here. We've received intel that the area may be littered with SAM sites. If that's the case, our jets are in trouble.
Down the volume. There you go. Yeah, this thing is very good. Another tank I've been using is the Bagelet.
Identify. Hostile PC. Target locked.
Getting lag, I don't know why I'm getting lag.
One of the SAM sites targeting our plane. Take them all out. Careful in there. That's the Alliance of Neckwheel Town. So proceed with extreme caution. There's no telling what they might do.
I'm getting lag, I don't know why. If I actually just double check, just in case if something is gobbling up my internet. No, nothing is. Another thing is the alpha damage was ever so slightly increased. Like, it wasn't a huge increase in the alpha damage, but it was a definite increase.
Identify target. Hostile struck. Target locked on. Target
But yeah, you could do things like that. You could just snap shots it. It is insanely good. I mean, of course, you know, when things happen like that, I don't know why I'm getting horrendous ping. The game's never acted like this before. There's obviously someone in the game which just has atrocious internet and it's affecting everyone else.
Identify target. Hostile tank.
That's a lieutenant. There's the armor kicking in. Ooh, I got overmatched by something.
Identify. Hostile tank. Loader heat. Protect the plane.
Like, I hit his space armor and did like 100 damage.
Download the intel.
I don't know why I'm getting absolutely atrocious lag. I don't know why. I can't even see this guy. Just see that this thing just eats. Come on.
Low heat.
Yeah, 92 damage.
Loader heat.
608, I'll take that.
Low heat.
But also it fires incredibly incredibly quick as well. The 20mm. It's actually quicker firing than most machine guns. It's nearly 1,000 rounds a minute. It is insanely quick. God. Oh, that's an IS-7. That's going to be difficult. Yeah, I can't even damage him. That's insane. Oh, there you go. There's another here. Don't know where the hell that shell went. Okay, yeah, this lag's really bringing the hurt on me. But you can just see that this thing is just being uber buffed. It's not even funny. You don't even need to aim for weak spots. That's the outrageous thing. What's arse face? Come on. What's damage you're up to? 13,000?
Motor heat. No pen. Destroyed.
15,000 damage.
Motor heat.
Jesus.
Enemy destroyed. Motor
This
heat.
thing's gone.
Enemy destroyed.
But this thing is insane now. It's I would say this thing is probably overpowered. Oh yeah, I've got no ammo left. I burnt through all the ammo.
Intel's been downloaded. Thanks, Black Company. You have no idea how important it is to
That
stop
is just
the Alliance.
fantastically good. Like, I think I probably came top in damage. Like this thing, if you're playing in PvP, and I have played in PvP with this thing, of course I'm not very good at PvP, but if you're a good player and you use this thing, you can be extremely dangerous. Like, hold down, not many people are going to be able to deal with you when they're firing chemical rounds at you. I mean, you've got nearly 2,000mm of effective armor. Sheridan came above us. Okay, that's interesting. We did 16, nearly 17,000 damage. Combined, we did less than Sheridan still, but, you know. We got 9 kills. Kill assists, sorry. The Sheridan got 14 kills. Good on him. Yeah, shout out to, that guy. We made 41,000 with without premium, so it's good. But yeah, this thing is, well, my first review, I think I said that this thing isn't worth it, but now this thing, totally worth it. It is totally worth it. I might actually just exit the desktop and then just relaunch the game. See if that'll fix my internet issue. But yeah, it is a very strong tank now. I would say it's beyond borderline overpowered. Like, that's how strong it is. Like, it's not even funny. Like, it's not even a funny overpowered. It's like, you come across this thing, like, what can you do? Like, seriously, what can you do against an MBT which not only out reloads you, but it probably out damages you. It has better armor overall. It's quicker. It has better fuel range, and it has better communication range. Like it's just better overall. I at first said that the Type 85-2M was probably one of the best MBTs at tier 5. I mean, technically it still is. This thing is fairly strong. You know, they did change the armor slightly, which did hurt it in some areas, but made it stronger in others. Like, for example, the turret received better armor, and then the hull actually got less armor against kinetic rounds. Like, it used to be nearly nearly 750 millimeters, but now it's only 525. But also the hit points were lowered as well. So, another thing is just to show you is you got T80 here, 2,200 hit points. AMX 40, same tier, 3,000 hit points. Like, you could just see how insanely strong this tank is. It is extremely strong. It's probably too strong for its tier. And this is, you know, me saying to the developers, either A, put this up to tier 6, or B, make this as a special vehicle. Like, make it as like a collector's vehicle, probably. Because it's just too strong for its tier. It is too strong. Like, the 20mm, yeah, it has a smaller clip size than your traditional, like, 14.5 or 12.7. But you get the side of, like, an MBT, especially a American MBT, you're gonna rip him to pieces. You're just gonna rip him to pieces. And then you change back to your main gun, and then you fire your main gun, and then you fire your main gun again, and then while your main gun's reloading, you change to your 20mm. It's completely busted. The tank is completely busted. It's meant to fire APDS rounds with its 20mm, which I find to be sketchy. Like it's got nearly 300mm of pen with a 20mm. So the ping seems to be fixed. So we got XM1. XM1 is also another tank which is horrendously overpowered. Like, ever since they changed the XM1 and the M1 Abrams armor round, the XM1 is completely broken. The M1 Abrams is just completely useless. That's in my eyes. That's my point on it. But yeah, this thing can be very strong at times. There we go. Okay.
There are various weapon installations spread across the island. Activate these
Got him, that's good.
keep the Aurora safe.
I thought I saw an MBT over there, I may be completely wrong. Did you guys take him out? Seems like it. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Don't let them cap. Ooh, sorry XM1, I do apologise. I tried to break as quick as I could. I'm going to use my whole repair kit.
Identify target. Direct destroy.
Must be okay.
Load heat. Up. Load heat. Jump in. Target down.
Change back to my main gun.
Loader heat.
Doesn't help you, mate. It really doesn't.
Target locked. Direct destroyed. Loader heat.
But the radio tower, okay. But yeah, this thing, it is like when I last played this thing was months and months and months ago. Like I think it was probably like half a year, probably a little bit longer than that ago. This thing was painful to use. Like it had less armor than your traditional MBT. The gun was... It was accurate, but it had such a long reload time. It was practically a waste of time and effort just to grind this thing. You know, people were complaining about it, saying, "Oh, you know, AMX 40, you know, left in the dark and blah blah blah." And now it's one, if not the most overpowered tier 5 MBT in the game.
Loader heat. No effect. Load heat. Direct destroyed. Load heat. No effect. Target immobilized. Loader heat.
Not bad.
Load heat. Loader heat.
Oh, god damn it.
Load heat.
Okay. I'm actually gonna read up the clip for my machine gun. Like, the 20mm used to be awful. It used to be one of the worst machine guns in the game when they implemented machine guns. But now it is not only relatively ridiculously strong, and I want to be a bit careful here. Oh, that's not good. That's not what I wanted to do.
Spikes up. Breach is fixed.
Okay. It doesn't really matter if I die because the cost. They actually. That's another thing, is they lowered the cost for tier 5 MBTs to spawn back in, which I find to be questionable. Like, that's a questionable choice. Like, why would you lower the cost of MBTs but raise the cost of, like...
Identify target. Hostile tank. Smoke out. Move. Target locked.
One more to go. Get that last installation activated quickly and regroup.
Identify target.
God damn it. Okay, let's not mess this up this time. But as you notice, if you compare like my last review video of this tank to this video, you'll notice that the AMX 40 is a lot less responsive than what it used to be. And that's because it's just got significantly better armor. Like, the armor is very, very good. Very good now. Oh! God damn it! It seems like they've changed the physics as well, which is a bit annoying.
Target locked. Load heat. Target locked. Target locked on. Load heat.
Leopard 2 AV spotted. The AV, if people don't know, the Leopard 2 AV is technically the prototype to the Leopard 2. Like, the Leopard 2 uses the exact same hull to the MBT-70, if people didn't know.
Target locked on. Low heat. Low heat. They hit our track. Enemy destroyed.
With these radio towers scrambling the airwaves, our enemies will have to deal with us face to face. They'll be going straight for Aurora now. You have to fight.
Loader heat. Target locked. Target destroyed. No pen. Loader heat. Low heat. Up.
Now focus on keeping the hostiles away from Aurora.
Come on, come on.
Low heat. Ricochet, no effect. Loader heat. Track repaired. Up. Target locked. Loader heat. Ricochet, no effect. The engine's weak. No pen. We've lost the track. Enemy destroyed. Up. Low heat. It's fixed. Move out. No pen. Penetrated. Loader heat. Engines up. It's fixed. Move out. Threat destroyed.
Killed him. That way.
Loader heat.
I've also noticed that PvE battles are also way less competitive now. Like, you're not so hyped up to... not hyped up, but you're not so tense to get, like, damage in. Like, it feels more of an even playground. Yeah, I fucking knew what you were gonna do there, mate. Merciful's dead. Just a bad thing. Excellent one's up to 20,000 damage. That's pretty bloody special, actually. Now the question is, where are these other tanks? XM1 is a lot quicker than us because he's just got a more powerful engine. Oh, don't flip. Oh, there's even a storm rolling in. That's pretty cool. There you go. Done.
Launch successful. Good job, Black Company.
Yeah, so it's a pretty damn good tank. Very strong. Of course, the XM1, you know, the XM1 being an XM1, like, that was ridiculous when they changed the arm of that thing. Like, it was already pretty good. Like, it wasn't a special tank. It was on the lower end of MBTs. Like, you know, it had pretty mediocre armor and mediocre gun. It was quick. But it wasn't as quick as the M1 Abrams. But now it's just, you know, like, look at this. This is ridiculous. We made well, we didn't make that much because, you know, we're using so many consumables and whatnot. But you can see that, you know, this tank is just so damn good now. It's so damn good. Also, this tank's a meme. This tank is an absolute meme. You come around the corner and you just dump your entire clip into someone's face. Its armor piercing incendiary, which meaning that it doesn't show here, but you actually have a bonus to starting a fire on a tank, which is a bit weird, but still. This thing does raise up, but I don't know the purpose of it. Radar increases your vision range. Vision range 35 meters for radar. Like really? Camouflage factor -5. Spotting through foliage +30. Like, yeah, the radar's good, but like they could at least buff it. But the AMX 40, fantastic tank. Would I recommend it now? Absolutely. 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 Damn, this thing's got some pretty good armor as well. I mean, it does have a 100mm. But yeah, AMX 40, like, I was very surprised, like, yesterday when I got on Warfare and I had the first game in this thing. I was shocked by how damn good this tank is. Anyway, guys, I'm going to see you in the next video. Peace!